How can young people best prepare themselves for work?
I think the way young people best prepare themselves for work is to be open-minded, because when you go for a job, as much as it says what you're going to be doing in your day-to-day role, there are a lot of other things that come up. So if you're open, you're conscientious, you're willing to work hard, and you're willing to stay late sometimes to get the job done and to go that step further for your employer or for your customers, that way in general will be the best way you can prepare.
What general skills do young people need when starting their first job?
The skills they need, especially because they're going to develop the skills in their job when they're there, is to basically their attitude has to be right. Turn up for work on time, be willing to work hard where they're there, the hours that they're there, and to be willing to put in a good shift and learn. Because no matter what job you go for, especially in my industry, the food industry, you're never going to be doing the same thing all the time. Some jobs are repetitive, yes, but then there's going to be times when you get really busy and you need to drop tools and go do something else really quickly. Be it to serve some customers in a restaurant or take orders on the telephone, prep salads which need to be done. You know, so you need to be willing to be flexible.
What are the most important employability skills, in your opinion?
I think for a young person, for them when they come to me and I'm looking to employ them, it's their attitude. You know, when they come to me, their presentation, how they look, the manner in which they speak, are they punctual? They need to be, as I said, open-minded, because the job that entails in the food industry is hard. You know, you're working all day, it's long hours, and it can be quite pressurized. So how do they handle the pressure in those situations? And I think generally it's just, are they willing to buckle down and just work? And if you've got a good attitude, then you'll do fine.
What information do you look for on a young person's CV when applying for a job?
I look at what they've studied at school. Generally, when they're at a young age, it shows whether they've been their punctuality at school for starters, if they've been attending or at college. What are they looking to do, where they're looking to go with their career, and are they dedicated to what they're doing? You know, do they drop one course and then pick up another one, or do they stick it out and follow it all the way through? So generally, if you stick at something, then you generally stick to any job that you go to.
What qualifications and experience would you, as an employer, expect from a young person applying for a job in your sector?
In my sector, young age experience isn't greatly needed, because if you're 16, 17, your experience that you're going to have isn't going to be vast. You might have had a job washing up for a restaurant from 15, 16. So the experience, you know, if you're doing a catering course at school, you're generally going to know what's involved. But if you've had no experience in the catering industry, then generally the experience we're looking for is just dedication and application. If you're dedicated and you apply yourself, then that is the two key things that any employer is going to look for.
Do you think that there is anywhere suitable for work experience, or work experience that is extremely necessary for people working in your sector?
We generally, well, like I said, we generally employ people in the work who come for us for work experience. So anyone with any sort of kitchen experience is greatly appreciated. Customer service experience, if they have that, then front of house will be perfect. So then they know how to speak to customers, they know how to serve customers, but also they know how to do the jobs at the back, to prep the food, to get everything to a high standard.
What other routes into your career, for example, A-levels, GCSEs, or on-the-job work experience?
Any food courses at school or college, or any customer service skills are greatly appreciated, because no matter, if you have someone who's 16, 17 who's been in industry, who's been to college and they've studied how to speak to customers, or they've been in the food industry, they generally know what's going to entail. So anyone who knows how to deal with customers, because the trickiest thing with employing youngsters is when occasionally you do get the odd complaint, is how do they deal with that customer, you know, who's complaining. So anyone with any experience in food would, yeah, customer services is great.